Now, this is a story of a man, a dairy farmer, who came back from the dead. Doctors were all set to turn off his life support, but his family refused to give up. They demanded the hospital try high doses of vitamin C. Well, as Melanie Reid will show you, it turned into a fight. The specialists didn't believe such a treatment would work, but, well, suffice to say, the farmer is no longer on death's door, and his family claim he's living proof.
This is Aotearoa farmer Alan Smith in Auckland's intensive care unit shortly before the doctors told his family his life support should be turned off and he be allowed to die. Childhood sweethearts Sonia and Alan were married when they were both 17. They have 3 sons. Their 9th grandchild was on the way when Alan got a severe case of swine flu. In Tauranga Hospital, Alan was swabbed for swine flu. After 2 days, his deterioration was so dramatic, the 3 sons and 8 grandchildren arrived, warned this could be a final goodbye.
Just seeing him in an induced coma and everything like that just was horrible. I mean, yet that was the beginning.
A specialist crew flew in from Auckland with a portable ECMO machine, a complex life support system which takes over the function of the lungs. All the grandkids had surrounded their papa before he was airlifted north. Alan developed what's known as whiteout pneumonia. This is when the lungs can't be seen by X-ray. Just as the family thought things couldn't get any worse, Alan was diagnosed with hairy cell leukemia. Auckland Hospital notes to the family say,
"The type of leukemia Mr. Smith has is potentially treatable if that's all he had. However, with his lung failure, Mr. Smith cannot survive."
My brother just stepped in and he said, "No, you haven't tried everything. You've got to try vitamin C intravenously, high doses." And they just said no.
The family pleaded with doctors that Alan be administered high-dose vitamin C, a treatment right outside of mainstream medicine. The next day, Tuesday, Auckland Hospital arranged another family meeting.
All of intensive care unit medical staff have met again. We are all in agreement that vitamin C will be of no benefit. We all agree Mr. Smith will not survive. However, one member feels slightly uneasy that we should wait a little longer before taking Mr. Smith off ECMO. It's therefore reasonable to wait until Friday. If Mr. Smith has shown no improvement by then, he will be taken off ECMO. In the meantime, given the family's strong beliefs about vitamin C, we are willing to give this over the next 2 days.
So Tuesday night he got his first dose of 25 grams through the IV, and Wednesday morning he got another 25 grams. The Wednesday afternoon they did a CT scan on his chest, and that's when they found the air pockets in his lungs, whereas the x-rays had showed just complete white.
So, Alan's x-rays. Before high-dose intravenous vitamin C, so full of infected fluid, the lungs can't be seen. This x-ray taken after 2 days of high-dose vitamin C treatment. The lungs dramatically improved and readily visible. So less than a week after the high-dose vitamin C was started, Alan had improved to the point that he could be taken off ECMO life support. Then, just as the family felt they could breathe a bit easy themselves, Alan's health started to dive. They would find the vitamin C had been stopped. 3 days later, the vitamin C was restarted, but only very low doses of 1 gram twice a day.
So he was on 100 grams per day, improving rapidly, very rapidly. And then he went downhill rapidly when they stopped it, cold turkey. When he got put back on vitamin C after that heated meeting, it was at a very low dose. And once again he started recovering, but it was a slow recovery. We got some oral lipospheric vitamin C into him, and that's when he once again recovered really fast.
After a total of 9 weeks in a coma, Alan eventually was woken, which is when Sonia began administering vitamin C to Alan herself, using a special high-dose oral form known as lipospheric. The next step was meant to be months of rehabilitation.
I was taking 6 grams of that a day, of the lipospheric, and of course when I had to go to rehab again to learn to walk, I was told I'd be there for 3 months. Well, in 3 months I did not like the sound of that, but I walked out of that hospital in one day under 14 days, and even the doctors were absolutely disbelieved that I could come right so quick. Get behind.
Alan Smith's comeback is being talked about around the world, described as little short of miraculous. Alan himself says he's living proof the establishment should be taking high-dose vitamin C seriously, and sooner rather than later. Just a note, Alan Smith no longer shows any signs of having leukemia.
I've beaten the system, as to speak, and you know, if my family had let them turn me off, I would be dead.
It's not a good day to be dead today.
Not a good day to be dead today.